What's next? We have created this double scheme here, and we're going to create another double scheme there, but doing something different. You remember that we wanted to do something like that, okay? So this is a kind of a parametric facade, but well, we have these shapes here. We don't have exactly the same shape. So what I would do is to create different families just by changing this point and then copying the same family different times. Anyway, we're going to create something like this. You see that it's not flat, it has a volume. Now the mass itself is going to be flat, but the element itself is not flat. It's like a pyramid like this. And we have frames around it, and then this can be glass, and there's a tiny frame here. Well, we're going to do something similar and see what happens. This is the original point. So what we are going to do is to create like a mass now here. Okay, so I'm on level 0. I'm going to use massing at site, in place mass, and I'm going to do something simple, just this line from this point to that point. Okay, it's not a curve, it's just a line. And then on the 3D model, we can select the line, we can create form solid, and then I can move it up here. So we have a mass. I'm not doing the other curtain wall. You can copy this there, but I'm going to work with this mass now. We can do the same. We can select it. We can divide the surface, and we are going to divide it with the same criteria. It's 5, and in this case, I'm going to type 4. Okay, because here you remember that we had 2 curves, so we have 2 and 2, so we have 4. And that's it. And now I'm going to modify this this family. Okay, I don't want this, so I'm going to, well, first let's save it. File, save as a family, and well, you can save it where I have all the 20. Okay, this is family 2, and I'm going to save a different name, family 3. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do, I don't want the glass like this. I don't want a flat glass, so I'm going to get rid of it. But I'll keep the frame because the frame can be, yeah, we can have the same frame. Okay, so as you see here in this example, we have a point, so it's like a pyramid. So I'm going to, I need to get this point, and then I have to divide this into different segments or different surfaces. But to do this, I need to insert, you see that here we have model lines or model elements and reference elements. So select reference and then select this point, okay? Because a reference point is a point that changes depending on the module. And then we have to, for some reason, we can't create this reference point anywhere. So we have to place it here. Okay. And now if we select all the items we have here and filter, you see that we have the adaptative points is the original one and the reference point. So I want to select the reference point, apply, and this. And now I can move it. I can move this point here Okay, if I want to move it, I have to select this, filter, reference point, apply. And here in host, you have to select not associated. Okay, so if we don't have an associated host, we can just move the point here. There you go. And now we can move it up. If you select the blue arrow, we can move it up. Okay, so you see that the point is there. I'm not selecting specific dimensions. Okay, we can control where we place it, but I want to place it somewhere in this point. And now what we should do is to create a reference line. So remember that we have to create reference and a line. A reference line is a line that will change if it adapts to a different pattern that we have there. Okay, so that's why we have to create reference line, and we have to select 3D snapping so that we can make sure that we can select this point. This point is in the it's not in the same plane as the other points. It's in the space, so that's why we have to select this 3D snapping. And when we have reference line, the line is greenish. Okay, and now we have to select this. There you go. And we can select another point like this, and another reference line like this, and finally another reference line like this. Okay. So why is it important selecting reference lines? Because if we select reference lines, you see that we can, when we select the line, we have this element here. If we just draw a line, you can draw a line like this, but if we select it, it's just a line. It doesn't have these properties. You see the difference between a reference line and the line itself. So I don't want this. That means that now I can create a mass. If I select this, and this, I select 3 reference lines, I can create a solid form, a plane, and I select this and this, and I can create another solid form like that, and I select this, and this, and another solid form, and finally I select this, and this. I don't want to select this one, and I want to create another solid form of plane. Okay, now I can select this. I can change the material to glass. So that's different between a transparent and non-transparent material. I can select the material, glass again. Can I select this and this at the same time and change the material? Yes, I can. Okay, so now you can see that we have this pyramid. We don't have a frame here, so we can do this, see what happens, and then we can make the family more complicated. We can save another family, but let's load it into the project. And we go to the 3D view, we select that mass, and here we have family 3, you see? So we can select family 3, and there you go. Nice. finish mask. Okay, so here we have another family. It's different from this one. It's another double skin. And in this family, we have this volume. So we have the pyramids here, you see. It's always the same. So if we don't want this to happen, there's a way to make it randomly, but then we have to create different types within the same family. Too complicated for today. So try this, and then the next step will be to add a frame, a tiny frame here, so that we have exactly the same. So yeah, because we can't have a glass. Well, we can, but it's quite difficult. We can make this with some plastic. There's a very interesting material by the name of FT. Okay, this material is not glass, it's plastic, and then you can be creative with those shapes without having frames. Okay, so it's I think this building was this is in the Olympic Games in Beijing in 2008. Oh God, long time ago. That was for all the water sports, swimming and all that stuff. They created this with this material with FT. And if you, yeah, it was an outstanding building. And if you like soccer, and if you support Bayern, yeah, this is another arena created with this FT material. So we have the frame, and then we have like, it's like bubbles, it's made of plastic. So it's quite attractive, and then you can have LED lights inside and creating these wonderful effects. Okay. Why am I showing this? Well, probably because we can have this without frames, but this is not glass. This is a kind of plastic. So if you want glass, then we need frames here. So we can't have a pyramid made of glass. Yeah, we can't. Okay, it would be extremely expensive. We can do this with this material, with this FT, but with glass we need those frames.